The white man has never come to the Salaga Slave Market.
The white man was never in Salaga
Was never
Slave
here,
Market.
Salaga for slave market. Salaga, during the slave trade, the white man has never come here. They came, but that was afterwards the slave trade was even abolished, long before that. But during the slave trade, the white man never just stepped here. So these Hausa and then the Zabarma people were the slave raiders.
Hi, so today I'm in Salaga. And Salaga is the almighty town when it comes to the story and the history of slave markets. And so today I'm in the Salaga Slave Market and coming to learn about the event that took off here. So come and let's go inside, and then this is the slave market site that is in Salaga. And I'm going to meet Mr. Jamal. Okay, I'm going to meet Mr. Jamal. He's the site guide and he's going to take us through all the sites, and we are going to talk about the events that happen here. And I don't know what to expect until I meet Mr. Jamal. Hi, Mr. Jamal.
Hi, welcome, Mr. Chu.
Thank you very much. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
It's been a long journey,
Yes.
a long drive here.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wow. So, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, welcome to the Salaga Slave Market.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the Salaga Slave Market, and we have a lot to show you. At where we are here is the Salaga Slave Market, the office. Okay. So we go out there.
Go out to
we
the
should
side.
go out.
Okay.
Then we will see what we have for you. Ooh. All right. So, well, once again, you are welcome to the Salaga Slave Market. The Salaga slave trade, which occurred in the 17th century, this comprises of 3 tourist sites. We have the slave market, which is where we are here. Then we have the slave cemetery, and then the slaves wells and bath, known as Wankambai.
Wankambai.
Wankambai is a Hausa language. Wanka means bath. Bai means slaves. Wankambai.
Wankambai.
Bai, yes.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so that is the 3 sites that made up of the Salaga slave trade.
Okay. So what are the main events that happen here?
Yes. The Salaga slave trade, like I mentioned earlier, happened in the 17th century. To be precise, 1732. Slaves here are brought from Upper East, Upper West, and sometimes even Mali and Burkina slaves are brought here, because history has it that there's a shortcut from here to Cape Coast. Now, this was the main market. This is where the slaves are brought for sale. Here they are displayed like what we are seeing. So, and it wasn't only human beings that they sell. It was a mixed market. So it used to be called Babankaswa.
Babankaswa.
Babankaswa, meaning big market.
Big market.
Yes, it extends from here up to the other side. History has it that it can take you like 3 hours roaming in the market. Yes, 3 hours.
It must be very big.
Very, very big. Yes, so you can have at least about 2,000 to 3,000 slaves arriving alongside other commodities
like goats.
Yes. So sometimes that's why sometimes it's discussed like that the slaves are being commodified. They are being
commodified, like commodities.
Yeah, they are mixed with other commodities. So the way you go to the market looking for commodities, such like this, and that's how the slaves are being also exhibited here in the market.
So someone can come like, I'm looking for a female slave, I'm looking for a child
to buy.
I'm looking for a child to buy. So like, who is this guy?
Yeah, this depicts one of the slaves. Like I told you earlier, most of the slaves here are brought from Upper East, Upper West. Most of them are brought.
He looks very built. He has 6 packs.
You know, slave agent always wants those with the muscular ones. So that when they take them to Cape Coast, they'll be selected. When they take them to Cape Coast, they'll be selected and then be taken to the unknown world, where they work in the tobacco plantation or the sugarcane plantation.
So is this how they were? Like,
yes, so this
here?
depicts how they are destined. So this tells you the kind of suffering that the slaves are went through. Because how he's chained like this, he remained there like that. No matter how scorching the sun is, he's in it. No matter how heavy rain is falling, he's in it. You can't say I'm tired. You can't say I want to pee. You can't say I want to shit. You can't say I'm hungry. You can't say I'm thirsty. You are just there like that, waiting and praying for someone to come and buy you.
So I try to say that the slaves, at a point, they wish they will be bought.
Oh yes.
Rather than.
Yes. So sometimes, even when they see people coming, they try to be active, so that you, oh yeah, he's strong, he's this or that. So you buy him and then he'll be free.
So that he'll be free.
Yes, even though he doesn't even know where you are taking him or her to, but they just want to be bought and then be free.
So just so that this thing can be removed,
and then you also move out of the sun.
Oh.
Because whilst here they are fed once in a day, they have little to eat. Be in a scorching sun the whole day, yet you have little water to drink. That is the ordeal of the slaves.
Now I see another woman. No, let's look at this man. This man here. Is this also another pusher?
This is also another, yes, this also depicts another way by which the slaves are also being executed.
Why?
That is a punishment.
They have him chained at the back.
Yes,
then kneeling down.
They deem him to be stubborn. They see him to be stubborn. So this is a way of punishing while selling him.
So these are to show like a stubborn slave.
Stubborn slaves. So like it's aggressive.
It's aggressive. So the hands are at the back.
Yes.
And the chain comes to the back.
Yes. Wow. Imagine you've been forcing out of your home. There are some of them that are never happy. They will never be happy. So they always want to do anything they can do, either to escape or even to be killed and then be free.
They prefer to die rather than...
Yes, they see as a freedom to them. So imagine, so he be here.
The pain.
Yes, he has lost his freedom, identity, respect, nothing.
It has been reduced to zero.
Zero.
Even zero is better. Negative. Negative.
You can say that. So that one alone, the agony alone, made them, gave them that kind of psychological trauma to the extent that some of them, when they come here, they die.
They rather wish they die.
Yes.
Than to be sold. Some want to be bought so that they will be free. Some want to just die.
Yes.
Wow.
Because they will try to escape, and the person knows the penalty or the consequence of what he or she is doing. But they don't care of the consequence.
At this point,
nothing matters.
I see.
Either escape or die.
Okay. So now I see another woman here. She's been chained to the tree, the baobab tree.
Yes.
And she's just on the floor.
Yes. Here, she's restless, helpless. She's just looking at the mercy of God. Sometimes we say that the only thing that feels their pain is the baobab tree. The
only thing that feels their pain
is the baobab tree. Whatever they are going through, their emotions, the tree is feeling it. There was an original baobab tree at that time, but that original tree fell, and this one was planted to replace the original. This one was planted in 1989.
1989.
Yeah, to replace the original one. And the original one has seen everything that the slaves are went through.
Wow.
The suffering, the agony, the cry, the hunger, the thirsty, everything that they went through.
You know, when you are standing a bit from far, it looks so real.
Yeah.
And it's so emotional that you can't imagine the kind of pain. Now I see a helpless child here. There's a helpless child here. The child looks very helpless.
Helpless.
He looks helpless, and he looks like he doesn't
There's no hope.
Even know exactly what is happening.
Yes.
And
a child At one moment you are with your parents playing, enjoying, then the next moment you are at nowhere, place that you don't know. They chain you against a tree. You don't know what you have done. You don't know what they are doing with you. All you see yourself is being chained. They tell you, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. You can't call your mother, you can't call your father. So, helpless, hopeless. That is the plight of the slaves. What has happened in the 17th century.
Wow. That's very, very inhuman.
Yes, you know, the slaves at that time, anybody could be taken as a slave. The only people they consider were the aged. As far as economically you can do something, then they can take you as a slave into slavery.
Okay, so I just want to find out. This woman also looks very sad, but
yes.
then she is standing.
Yes.
So is it because she is strong to stand?
No.
That's why she's standing, and the other lady was on the ground.
You know, like I told you earlier here, based on your behavior with them, then they treat you. That's how they consider that in treating you.
Okay.
So she's not happy, but she has nothing. She can't do anything. So she leave everything to the mercy of God. So she try to be polite and then gentle. Whatever happened,
it's okay.
Yes. Whatever happened. For now, she knows there's no any hope, nothing. So wherever they are taking her, no hope. So she's just there. Whatever happened at the end of the day.
So let me ask, a standing slave and a kneeling slave, which one? So the kneeling slave is a punishment.
It's a punishment.
But the standing one is a privilege.
Privilege, yes.
Because you have a good character.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what of this man here? He looks a bit old,
aggressive,
yes. And more mature.
He's going into pains.
And he has like 1 feet. I mean, his posture looks different from the other one.
All is a form of punishment. That is also another punishment. Though they are selling him, but he's also been punished. He's also punished like that. That's the punishment. That's how they display him.
So I want to ask a question. Was the white man ever here to, undergo this business?
Yes. That is one thing that will marvel people. The white man has never come to the Salaga Slave Market.
The white man was never in Salaga
Slave Market. Slave Market. During the slave trade, the white man has never come here. They came, but that was afterwards the slave trade was even abolished, long before that. But during the slave trade, the white man never just stepped here.
So how was the trade then happening without them?
Yes. Before the slave trade, in the 16th century, Salaga became the #1 cola market in sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay.
And it was this, the Hausa, and then the Zabarma people and other tribes who were here trading in that in that particular trade. So later, when the transatlantic slave trade started, and they realized now the lucrative business has now become slave trading. So they switched from the cola trade to slave trade. So these Hausa and then the Zabarma people were the slave raiders. They were those moving from here up to Upper East, Upper West area. Some of the slaves they were buying, others they were exchanging them for food items. A family, due to hunger that they were experiencing in that place, somebody could just sell his own child. Others will exchange their children. Maybe you have 5 children, you exchange them for food items. Others will exchange them for guns, gunpowder, just anything European. So at the end of the day, they gather them, chain them, and then march them. They walk through a thick forest. It takes them like 50 to 60 days walking before arriving here.
From Pikoro?
Yes.
60 to 80 days walk
50 to 60
50
days
to 60 days walking from Pikoro
to here,
to this place. Now, when they are bought from here, they are transported where?
To Cape Coast.
Okay, so how did they get to Cape Coast?
It's also another walking journey.
How long does that take?
3 to 4 months.
If Pikoro is 50 to 60 days, that is 2 months.
2 months, and from here
to Cape Coast might be a bit longer. That could be like 120 days.
Yes.
Or more.
Or more. Yes. So here.
So like you spend half of the year walking.
Walking, and the most painful aspect that they go through is that whilst walking as a slave, you can't say you are tired. The way you are chained, every 4 slaves are chained on the neck, and then the hands, then the leg. This one right leg, again this one left leg, this one right leg. That's how they chain them. But you are forced to walk. You have to walk fast because they want you to move fast. And you can't also say you are tired. You can't also say you are hungry. You can't say you are thirsty. Yours is just go. When they say move, you are moving. Till they are tired, they the slave here, like you mentioned earlier.
When the slave raiders are tired,
then when they are resting, you also rest.
You also rest.
They drink the water, you the slave, you sip.
Take it again.
They drink the water.
The slave raiders.
They drink the water.
They are not white people.
No.
They are the houses and the Zambarambas.
Yes, and other.
So like fellow
blacks
tribes.
Completely, exactly.
Groups.
Yes.
They became slave raiders.
Raiders, yes.
And as they are selling their fellow blacks, man,
yes,
they drink water, whilst the one they are selling sip.
Sip.
Wow.
Yes. They eat 3 times in a day, but you the slave, you are fed once in a day. So this is what happened in the 17th century.
So now, during the punishment, when someone died, what happened? Where did they take the person?
Yes. That is what brought about the other slave site, this in the tourist site. We have a place we call the slave cemetery. When they brought them here, even on the way, when coming, so many of them died. It's not all of them who survive. Others die. But what they do is that when you fell sick and you are becoming weak, and they realize you are not going to make it, they only unchain you and then leave you in that forest at the mercy of animals and the other destiny. You die, animals will come and feed on your flesh. They continue their journey. Here, when they arrive, because of the distance of the journey and then how dusty they will look, they are just business-minded people. All what they care about money. Money, that is all.
For themselves.
For themselves, making money for themselves. So on arrival, they don't bring them direct here to this place. They take them to a place we call Wells and Bath. Slaves, wells and bath. Yes, it's the slaves who are made to dig those wells.
Okay.
They fetch water from the wells, then they go to the bath. At that point, those of them whose hair were bushy, they use sharp objects like broken mirror or broken bottle, and they shave them off. If you
like this guy is going to be shaved.
Yes, so they use broken mirror or broken bottle and then shave him. If he has any cuts, they use shea butter and then apply there. So the same thing, afterwards bathing, they give them the shea butter to moisturize their skin. All this, you may think maybe it's because they want them to look neat for their good well-being. No, for their health. Just that when they bring them to the market, they are
attractive for sales.
Yes, they want their real quality. They know that anything dirty doesn't attract high price. Okay. That was the reason for all this bathing and then shaving of the hair, what. So even when they bring them here, after this kind of punishment by chaining them, and then they remain stagnant in the sun and the water, when you die or when you are dying, they take you to the slave cemetery and then dump you there.
So from here to the slave cemetery, is it far?
It's about 5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes walk.
No, for walking, drive. For walking, it can take you like 20 to 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
So they dump you
there.
So
you have to drive there?
Yes.
Okay.
So you are dumped there. When you die, closer to that site, there's a place they call Rafin Angolo, meaning Vultures River. Now, the vultures always flew to that site to see if there's any dead human being.
So that they can feed on.
So the frequent dumping of dead bodies, human bodies there, and the end making them to end up finding their environs there. So they are always there. So the dead body that they dump there, the vultures always flew there to feed on them.
Okay.
So that is how they are treated.
Okay.
It's only few who normally got buried.
Okay.
Yes.
So can we go to the cemetery?
Yes. So from here we go to the cemetery, the Wells and Bath.
The Wells and Bath.
Yes.
Wow. So finally we are the Slave
Wells and Bath.
Salaga Slave Wells and Bath Heritage Site.
Known as Wankambai.
Known as Wankambani. Wankambai. Okay, Wankambai.
Yes.
Wow. Slave well. So
yes.
This one and another slave well. So these are the original slave wells.
Yes. The whole is just that some of them have been closed.
Okay.
All this place, the whole of here, used to be
the slave wells.
The
and
wells.
Bath.
Yes. The wells were everywhere. There were more than 100.
Wow. Is there water inside?
Yes. During rainy season, people fetch water here.
I think that this place looks a bit waterlogged. There is a bridge here. So it was like the best spot.
Yes. I told you about the slave agents. They are business and they are very smart. Strategic, yes. So from here up to the whole of this area.
The whole of this area?
Yes.
The dark wells here?
The dark well, the wells. So they fetch water here, then they walk from here up to the other
side.
Other side, very far distance.
Wow.
All this.
So where do they bath?
That's where I was showing you. It's over there. The bath is down there. You see the structure? So
they'll come and fetch the water here?
Yes.
And where's the bath?
It's down there.
How far is it?
I can say maybe about 10 to 15 minutes walking distance. The bath are just an underground something. A hole they dug, a white, like somehow white underground. So you fetch the water, then you just squat with your calabash inside.
Wow.
Then maybe you may see something similar. Just because
so this is also
another well. Yes. Wow. You see here, this one like that is a well, but they close it.
It's a well that has been closed.
Yes. When you look over that, you see one that has been closed. The whole of this area, the wells were many. They were just scattered. Because the slaves, imagine about 1,000 to 1,005 slaves arriving. So the wells were also many. And they're all...
Where does this road lead to?
To the markets. So when they brought them here on arrival, because of the distance, they don't send them straight to the market because they know that before arriving they look dirty and then dusty. So they always bring them here first.
Okay.
Then afterwards, when they brought them here, they fetch water from the wells. Then they go to the bath, have their dish where they do the shaving and everything. Like you see, those that I mentioned, they use the broken mirror or any sharp object, broken bottle to shave their hair and if the hair is bushy. Then afterwards they give them shea butter, moisturize their skin. Then, meaning they have prepared them for sale. They are now neat. All their physical qualities and everything is out. So from here, now they walk from here straight to the market where they go and then exhibit them like animals. And then start
so
selling.
what this is like a trail path to the market?
Yes, so meaning where we are walking now, like we are tracing the route of the slaves. We are following the slave route. So this
but it was not paved?
No, it was not paved. This one is just a latest development.
Okay.
To make it.
And you said where the bath is nowhere near here?
No.
So they will come and fetch the water in chains.
The whole of these areas were distant wells.
Wells?
Yes, when you look over there, you see another well.
Oh, okay.
So they are just there everywhere. They are there everywhere. Some of them are closed. People have closed them because they are now farming here and things. If not, the wells were many. So all here used to be part of the distance, the wells.
Then it's a well farm.
Yes.
It's a farm of wells because from that side to this side is a very big place. It's a very, very big place. So who used the concrete around it?
Yeah, this is the development that sometimes you have some at the assembly, sometimes government agency, this like the GTA. People do come to like attempt to developing the site. So anybody come and then do whatever they think they can do.
So during the rainy season, how is this place like? Is it mushy?
Not all that. Other side is very mushy.
It's very mushy.
Yes. Because that's even people's farm.
Okay. But there were wells over all that place.
Some of the wells were closed.
If you want to count, how many wells will you estimate that were dug here?
There were more than 100.
More than 100 wells were dug here?
Yes.
Then water was fetched?
Yes, from here.
From here too.
So like going to the bath, you see this point.
I can see this summer hut.
Yes, so that is a resting point. Like maybe you are going there as a tourist. So when you get there, you can sit, rest, then you continue. So that tells you how...
Okay, so this road actually goes to the...
market.
It goes to the market?
Yes. So
not the bathing side?
The bathing side. So from at that point, it's just the same road.
Okay.
And
so when you get to the bathing point, we see...
You may see some. Because the grasses have grown, so sometimes they cover. I told you it's just underground. It's just so sometimes grasses do cover it. But we may see something.
Can we attempt to look at the bathing site?
So something that human being can contain human being.
Okay. So is it deep inside?
Not deep, not deep. You just enter like this. Then you put your calabash.
Okay.
Here. So you buff.
Okay, so it's not that deep, maybe some 2 feet.
No.
2 feet dug out.
No.
It's not even up to 2 feet.
No, it's not up to 2 feet. It's just something that you can just enter, put your water, and then you buff. That's all.
So like just round like this, and then just get down, put your calabash here.
Yes, then that's all.
Then you just fetch the water,
you
bath.
Yes.
Then you wash your face, you wash your hands.
That's all. You finish.
You wash your feet.
Yeah, with the slave agent standing looking at you, watching you bath.
If you're a woman, they are looking at your nakedness.
They don't have a problem.
If you're a man, they are looking at your nakedness.
When you finish, they will give you shea butter. Then you moisturize your skin. Then
there was no towel.
No, nothing of that sort. So
they didn't use sponge to also bath. No sponge. Just their hands.
Just to wash away the dust. That's all. All just to bring out your
melanin skin.
So that when you get to the market, you attract high price. Okay. That was the main purpose.
So I want to ask this question again.
Okay.
Is it Mr. Jamal?
Yes,
I want to ask this question again. Are you saying that in all this, the white man was not here?
Not at all. For Salaga Slave Market,
which is like the biggest.
Yes, the origin of most of the African slaves, the white man, he was not here. It is that they didn't want to come. They were prevented by the Ashantis. Yes. They were prevented by the Ashantis, so they didn't get the opportunity, the chance to come.
Why did the Ashantis prevent them from coming?
You know, Ashantis were in control of the Salaga Slave Market.
Okay.
They have a control.
Okay.
Here.
So they were also part of the slave market. It's like they gave the command, or they gave the freedom that the houses and the Zambrambes, these people, you can capture people and sell them in our territory.
Something like that. So
was it like they monopolized the market or something?
Something like that, as they monopolized the cola market.
Okay.
Since then, they succeeded in preventing the Europeans from coming till the slave trade was abolished. You know, there was a time when there was a war between one of the Europeans. I don't know whether it's the British or but in that last war, they decisively defeated the Ashantis. So it was after then that they came to North. They get the opportunity of coming to North. But then the slave trade was abolished.
So even though, if only I'm right, even though the Ashantis were controlling this whole place under their empire, they allowed the slave trade to happen.
Oh yes.
So can one boldly say that Ashantis are also part or the pioneers of the slave trade in Ghana?
Yes. Yes. Because when you are to go deep into the history of the Salaga slave trade, there's a dimension. I told you it has two dimensions.
Okay.
One where these slave raiders who were here earlier in the 16th century were going around buying. Then you have other that start as a result of war. So when you are to go into deep, that one, the history of the war, that has to do with war, then you find the Ashantis also get involved.
Okay. So when they capture slaves of war, like
where maybe they
war.
captured they conquered the people, captured their king, then requested that for us to release your king, you have to pay a tribute of some amount, a number of slaves.
Maybe 500 slaves.
Yes.
Then
so
they take them and they go and sell it.
Yes, when they send them to Kumasi, they select those that they want to keep. Then the rest they proceed with them and sell them to the white at Cape Coast.
Okay, so in Kumasi too, they were doing that business in Kumasi.
You know, they themselves, they have some that are working for them.
Okay.
Yes, as a chief, like they have working in their cocoa farmers and then the rest. So they select some, then the rest
they will sell it.
They sell them to the whites.
I see. So how much? I don't know if you have that idea. How much was a slave sold in Salaga?
Yes. They say, is it this like 7 shilling or something like that? That
I know shilling.
Yes, so 7.
7.
Yes, one maybe for 7.
7 shilling.
Yes, it's like maybe is it to say maybe
others too were being sold for cowries.
Cowries, yes, with cowries.
Okay.
Others
so in Salaga, between the female and the male slaves, which ones were more expensive?
The males were more expensive.
In Salaga?
Yes.
Okay, but somewhere in Keta and some other places, the females were more expensive because of reproduction.
But for here, you know, because of their destiny, where they are taking them. Because, you know, at the end of the day,
the women can die on the way, but the men will make it.
Yes.
So
even when they send them to Cape Coast, you know, they have to get a doctor to examine those who are the fit ones, those who are fit, then they are those are selected to be taken to this in the unknown world, which is this America or the Caribbean. Then afterwards you are selected. That is when they use the burning iron to inscribe, yes, right on your breast. Burning iron right on your breast, slave.
Red hot iron.
Yes.
I see.
So the male slaves. And even also due to the war of conquest, at that time, another this demanded commodity from the Europeans for an exchange of slave was gun and then gunpowder. Yes, because our kings then were into war of conquest. Every king wanted to conquer the other kingdom to expand his territory. So guns were also very important for our kings.
Okay.
Aside whiskey and then tobacco.
Aside the whiskey and tobacco. Okay. So then let's go to the
cemetery.
The cemetery.
Okay.
And there's a very sad story that happened here.
So all this place used to be, yes, is part of the slaves' wells and bath, because there's all this, yes, all this place that you see. So from here they walk straight to the market.
The market. I see. People are wicked though. But I think I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly will cause one man
to sell
another man.
The quest for money. You know, those days is just I don't know how to call it, but like that kind of primitive nature of life. So like European goose. Something European.
Okay.
They see it. They have never seen it before. Yes, so they want to have it. And you know, at that time, kings were very powerful. So if you are not a royal, you are not a destiny, you are nothing. You can be reduced to anything.
Like if you are not a royal, you are not anything.
Yes, you are no royal, you are no rich, you are not from the social class. Then even maybe somehow a commoner, other than that. But for a slave, like you are nothing. So sometimes I look at it as our people, it depends, it's already like the kind of our way of treatment to our own people before they arrive. That is what gave rise to this. We already don't have that kind of respect for our colleagues, especially those we deem as slaves. That made us to go into that. It depends, it's because of the who were using them. To me, that is how I see it. Because definitely, if we value them, definitely we will not agree and then engage in those things.
So, with what you are saying, like the Golu slave defense war and the Naralegu slave defense war, will you say that in that part of the country they really valued their
that is after all they came to realize that the slave raiders were those like Hausa, the strangers coming from other distance. So now they are now struggling to rescue them.
So this is an unknown slave.
Yes. And you know, sometimes when they enter in the community and they want to raid, they may end up even a distance capturing a royal because they don't know. Because when they enter and then they are raiding with their gun, you know, they have a gun.
Okay.
So with a gun, when they enter, it doesn't matter who you are.
Raid you.
Yes.
But this honorable man in chain. Anyway. Okay. Guys, let's go to the
slave cemetery.
The cemetery. Finally, we are the Salaga Slave Cemetery. Yes. And this is where
there lies
buried. Those who were fortunate.
Yes. Those who died out of struggle, hunger, thirst, agony, starvation. Yes. That is what we are seeing here. Out of the couple of beating to death.
So I can. What bone is this?
So this could be a human bone. Yes.
Guys, can you zoom? Can you see this? Can you zoom to this? Let me take a picture with my phone and then I'll try to see. I'll post and check if anybody can identify what kind of bone it is, you know. And let me put my leg by the side. My leg is size 40, I think 43, 44, 43, yeah. Or size 11, I'm sure. So if anybody can calculate and let's know what kind of bone that will possibly be. So how did you manage to put the cement on it? How were you able to identify like this is a grave?
You have the caretaker of this place.
Okay.
And since time immemorial, they had a family taking care of it. So they know there was a grave. So they know the signs. So at time when the time came and it was washed away by rain. So they were able to identify the spot where the graves were destined. So we came and then erect them and then try to preserve them.
Okay.
Some are just like bones.
Okay.
Remember I made mention earlier. And some of them they die they beat them to death and leave the dead body. So you have vultures coming to feed on them. So sometimes it's the bones that we just collect and then come and then.
So who collect the bones and bury them? Who collected the bones?
Like sometimes the natives are around,
okay,
those who sympathize with them, and they're just
So this whole area
is part of the slave cemetery.
It's part of the slave cemetery.
Yes,
so this to the other. Wow. So the vultures come here.
Yeah, so when you go down there, it's a river they call the Vultures River.
The Vultures River?
Yes, meaning in Hausa they call it Rafi Angulu.
Rafi Angulu.
Yes, meaning Angulu means vulture.
Okay.
Means,
Rafi.
Yes.
So river vulture.
So the vultures will come to this side. The dead bodies they fed on them.
Okay, so in memory, we weep because of your deaths, but we'll never forget your sacrifice. Neither we nor our children and generations following love your descendant. 10 a.m. October 2015. Who erected this?
Yes, actually, I don't know.
Okay.
I came and met it.
Okay. I'm sure the person might be from the diaspora.
Yeah.
And then just identify him or herself and just came to honor their parents here.
So these are some of the things.
Yeah. So this whole yard was a graveyard. And it was a graveyard of dishonor.
Dishonor, yes, the slaves.
A graveyard of lost like identity,
yes,
like lost freedom,
like the hopeless, they die out of trauma,
hunger, starvation, suffering.
Yes, people are beaten to death.
Those were beaten to death. Yes. Some were even raped. Yes. And so, maybe some might have even been pregnant when they were captured.
Yes, because anybody at all, as soon as they enter, anybody at all, if you are not making it, you die on the way. If you made it to here, you are weak, you are dying, they bring you here, tie you. If they want to punish you because you're being stubborn or something, they bring you here. And if you tie you, watch the sun beat you to the extent that if you come, if you are dying, they move and they leave you. And when you die, so it's only few people
that made it. I think that this Salaga town is a town that everybody needs to visit because the history, the suffering, the agony, like what the events that has happened here.
Yes.
You see, if you don't come and experience it yourself, you will not understand.
Yes, the main side of just standing
here,
give an experience.
It gives you chills. Then I think that you should all try to visit this place.
Yes, and this is the origin of most of the African slaves.
This is the origin of most of the African slaves.
Yes. Cape Coast is an exit point.
Exit point.
From here, the slaves are taken to Cape Coast.
Cape Coast.
So this is the origin.
Yes.
So if you want to trace your route, if you are tracing your route, you want to know the authentic history of the African slaves.
It's Salaga.
Yes. Aside what you read in the book, you want to get first-hand information about the African slaves.
Salaga.
Yes.
Okay. So then you mentioned there is a museum that has some of the original relics that was used.
Yes.
Okay. The chain, the guns.
Even the shea butter.
The shea butter they were given. You still have some of it.
The calabash that they were used
to bath.
Yes,
okay.
And you can even see the chain that they used to chain the female slaves and the male slaves. You can see the difference.
They are all there.
They are all there.
Okay, so finally we are the Center for International Culture.
National Culture.
Center for National Culture. Okay,
yes.
So finally we are the Center for National Culture, Salaga Slave Museum. And we are about to enter this museum to see the original relics
Yes.
that the slave masters used and what the slaves also used.
Yes. Welcome to the Salaga Slave Museum.
Wow.
So these are the relics of the...
These are the original ones?
The original ones.
Okay.
Yes. So this one, that is why they used to shackle the slaves and bring them to the markets. Yes.
This one, is it for a male or a female?
Both.
Both.
Yes, any of them uses it.
So this is for the leg?
The leg, yes. You fix here like this, then this one is used to hook against a tree or something. So the slave remains stagnant.
Wow.
Like that. So the same thing applies to all the others. So you try lifting this one so that you have experience. You experience something.
Try lifting this?
Yes.
What is this?
That is what they use to dig the...
It's very heavy.
Yes, so imagine, so that's why they use...
This is like 10 kg.
Yes, that's why they used to dig the wells there. The wells above that we are coming from. That is why they, so you can imagine.
This is very heavy.
Yes, and you have to...
It has two different ends.
Yeah.
This is like the pointed end and this is like the chisel end.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this one?
That is why the slave raider used to protect themselves, yes, against the attack, possible attack of a wild animal. So that's the weapon they use. They could be attacked by a wild animal due to the dangerous nature of the road in which they are passed.
This is another spear?
Another spear, yes. You know, those days, it was not all that far from the Stone Ages.
It was not far from the Stone Ages?
Yes, so there were no sophisticated weapons.
But this looks very sharp.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this one...
So is the stick the original stick?
Everything that you see here.
So this is like from the 18th century?
Yes.
Then this stick, the wood must be very, very strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the gun, that is the gun they use for raid, the slave raiders used to raid. So you see, it was, so when they enter in a community and they realize that people are hiding, then they start shooting.
So they put a gunpowder here?
Yes. So as they start shooting, wherever they are hiding, they come out. And they will now catch them and then and they also use it to scare the stubborn slaves. Yes, if you are proving difficult or they realize you are becoming dangerous, when they head a gunshot, when they give a warning shot, then yes, and these guns were introduced to our people by the Dutch. So they call the Dutch? Yes, so they call it the Dutch guns.
The Dutch guns?
Yes.
Okay. This one looks very long.
Yeah.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid?
No, I don't think George fear gun.
Okay, so what are these calabash for?
This one, those days,
this
it's only the yes. It's only rich who drinks water
in the pot.
Yes.
Only the rich.
Only the rich.
Okay.
It was then termed fridge.
Okay.
Like today, the way if you want your water to chill, you put it in a fridge.
Olden days fridge.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where
that's this one.
Yes. So the slave agent, that is their fridge. What they use.
The houses and the zambrambes.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is what they use to store water. So imagine you traveling all the way from Upper East or Upper West to this place, and you have water in this.
In this.
So you, even the agent yourself, how
like
much will you be able to drink?
300 to maximum 500 ml. That's 0.5 liters.
Yes, now that I talk of feeding a slave. So that tells you the kind of suffering the slaves.
So this was for the slave masters?
Yes.
Okay.
And the slaves as well. So they sip, but the masters drink.
So, wait, the masters are like this?
Yes.
And the slave?
Something, yeah, exactly. Something
just
like
sip?
Yes.
Just a drop?
Yes.
Okay.
Just to wet your throat so that you keep going. And we made mention of them being given shea butter to moisturize their skin when bathed.
Yes.
So this is the shea butter. I told you, we have it. That's it there.
So it actually looks
old.
Old. And then you could see a lot of fingers has been punched in it. I don't know if you can see, if you can see from this perspective, you know. So this is the original one.
Yes.
And it's been here from the 18th century.
Yes.
So it's the real shea butter that they used, and this depth that you see here that looks black, it actually very deep. It's not just the surface one. I wish I could dip my hands inside. Can I do it?
You can do it.
I want to dip my hands inside and we'll see. Look, it's all dirty everywhere. So I could see like the dust and things from everywhere is inside. So like as you are seeing the dirt, it's not like it's just on the surface. It's deep inside. That's what they used. Wow. And this calabash,
that is what they use for bathing.
For bathing. So this is what they used to fetch the water, and then they'll go and sit by that round hole,
yes,
and then they'll be bathing.
Yes. And this one, you want to say something?
Yes. How many, like, water in this to bath and be clean?
You are not just to clear the dust, to get the dust out, that's all, not to clean you. Yes, just to make you somehow just wash and wear. And this one, that is how they use for eating. For the
this
bowl.
Is their bowl?
Yes.
This is the bowl they used.
At the same time, their cup.
Bowl and cup all in one.
Yes. Then this one, if you hold this, and then this, you could see the difference.
This is lighter. This is heavy.
So this is what they use to chain the male slaves.
The male slaves.
This,
can I see the height of it?
Yeah. It's very heavy.
Wait, I want to ask, so where's the end? It's all fused together.
Yeah.
So is this just on one person?
This one that you see, they can use it to chain like 20 to 30 slaves. Yes.
So this is for that one leg?
Yeah.
Then to put another leg?
Yes.
Another leg?
Yes. No space.
No space?
Yes. You are squeezed like sardine.
So they tied the knot here?
Yeah.
Look at what was used to chain our forefathers, fellow human beings. Even you can't
and
use this to chain
to walk.
Animals, and they expect you to walk
from a far distance.
Whilst you are in these shackles. This, I don't know how to explain or describe this feeling.
Yes,
it's out of this world, and this kind of wickedness, I don't know where it came from. Look at how heavy it is.
Yes.
Oof. Try again. Okay. Another try. Okay. And what is this skin for?
These are just our culture.
The cultural things.
Yes,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
this all that we have at the Salaga Slave Museum. So those are the relics of
the relics, original relics.
Original ones, of course. Yes.
Guys, so I don't know what to say.
I think
what I would just say is that experience this for yourself. Like, experience this for yourself. You see, don't, even though I'm telling you the story, I'm telling you how it feels like holding these chains, and these shackles. And these shackles, you see, if you come here and you experience this yourself, then you can really understand what suffering looks like. Then you can really understand what oppression looks like. Then you can really understand like how our forefathers, like how they were treated.
Freedom.
And you appreciate freedom, yes. You'll be so happy that you are free. You'll be so happy that you are not in chains. So if you want to really, really go through all these stages, have this experience, just go to the comment section or the description or on the screen and book your tour with Black Ivory, and they will bring you to all these places, and you really, really have an experience out
and you
of
come here and say no to slavery. No to slavery.
No to slavery. No to slavery.